So we were doing yesterday the cost, and I guess we could finish the total cost. We could do AFC, average fixed cost. We could do AVC. We could do AFC, ABC, ATC, the concepts and the diagram. I'll go for marginal cost. So let's go now. The next cost is called marginal cost. I will tell you what is the marginal cost. Change in total cost by change in quantity. Correct? It means if the production is increasing, then of course your cost will also increase, isn't it? Very simple. So how much change happened in the quantity production, and because of that change there will be change in total cost. Simple, right? If you're producing 5 units and you're producing 10 units, of course for 10 units you have to, or you will, or you shall incur more cost. Simple. So how much quantity has changed, and because of the change in quantity how much cost has changed, that is your marginal. So let me go. We'll go for the table first. One, two. First is your units. E, F, D, C. Fixed cost will be fixed irrespective of output. Fixed cost does not change in short run. TVC, total variable cost, $360. Now total cost is what? Total cost is nothing but TFC plus TVC, right? But when you put cost, total cost are two things. One is total fixed cost plus total variable cost. This is 50 plus 30. 120. Now you know what is MC? Change in units and change in total cost. Change in TCY. So MC is change in total cost by change in. So when what is output is changing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When output is changing, your total cost is changing. Okay. The first is nothing. Now what's the change in total cost? 80, 20, 40. Then is 30, 50, 80, 110. This is your marginal cost. Yesterday I explained you marginal cost is the cost which you incur. Let's say I've explained yesterday. Let's say you produce 10 units of any commodity and cost was 100 rupees, example. And you produce, let's say now you're producing 11, means one extra, 11th unit, and the cost of production goes to 110. So what is the extra cost you incurred to produce one extra unit of output? Right? 10th unit 100, 11th unit 110. So for an extra unit of 1, 10 become 11th. How much cost extra cost? That is 10th. 10 is a marginal cost. Got it? Okay. So this is what? See, this is 10th, 100 rupees is a total cost of 10th unit. 11th or 11 unit, not 10th, 10 unit is 100, 11 unit is 110. So what's the difference? 100 into 110, 10 is a marginal. Same thing I'm doing it. Difference between 80, 20, 20, 150, 150, 200, 200, 280, 280, 290, 390, sorry. That's nothing but the marginal. Now if you see this very carefully about the marginal, first marginal was 40, then is 30, it's falling, right? 40, then 30, falling. Fall and again start rising very fastly. 40, then 30, then 50, then again increase by 30, 50 become 80, means 30 plus. Likewise, it keeps rising faster. So what is the nature of marginal cost? It falls sharp and it rises sharp. Let's see if I make a diagram of marginal cost. It shall look like this. Here you take cost. This is your output. You put the figure marginal cost. This is cost, which cost? Marginal cost figure. Because doing margin, output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you put the value, you'll get a diagram like this. Marginal cost. Okay. You understood? If you want to check, you can check by yourself. Like when you put the values on y-axis of cost. Cost means which cost? Margin. 40, 30, 50, 80, and 110. On x-axis, output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The shape of curve you'll get is like that, like in Nike. So MCC coming very first. You can name it if you want. You know, this area, very sharp fall. Again, very sharp rise. So like this. Margin cost. First very fall very faster and rise very faster. Hope you got it. So here we could finish the cost one. And okay, there's one more. Did you copy this? Shall I scroll up or you wanna draw the diagram? Now it's called, you have seen we have done the average cost. Yesterday we did. So if you see the average cost comes slowly down and rise slowly down. Unlike the margin cost is like this, kind of, not exactly like this. This average cost is, see, some slow, reaching minimum, again it started rising. So now the next question comes. It's called LAC. What is that? Long run average cost. Long run average cost. So how you get a long run average cost? So long run average cost is like nothing. See, average cost, this is called SAC. SAC means we have done yesterday, short run average cost. So long run average cost and short run average cost, how you get, if you have a short run average cost, if you add lots of SAC, SAC1, SAC2, SAC3, like this. So when you add all SAC, the curve you get will go LAC. Very simple. So long run average cost is nothing but set A lot of SSC together makes long run SSC. Understand? So how we can draw that? I can write one LSC. Bunch of SAC make LC. Or you can make it a little bigger. Now I said uh, when you draw a lot of SSC, short term average cost curve, you add it all, get LSC, right? So C. Hmm? You understand? What I did nothing. Like I do lots of SSC And then when I joined a lot of SSC, you got the curve which you call LSC. If you see the nature of SSC and LSC, both are exactly same. There's no difference at all. Yes or no? See, the SSC, the shape of SSC and the shape of LSC is same. It's like when a kid, an adult, the same kid when he turns into adult, you cannot change the DNA the same, right? The basic features of the face and the body, face mostly are same. Same thing happening here. Nature of SSC and LSC both are same. Why? Because LSC is nothing but the products of SSC, lot of SSC together. So fundamentally, SSC and LSC has no difference, just it's a longer curve, and SSC is a shorter curve. And as I told you, how we get the LSC, a lot of SSC coming together makes LSC. Now if we see here, on y-axis we have taken the cost, and x-axis we have taken what? Output. Visit carefully when the company is producing OQ amount of output, right? Then cost is very high, and the LSC is very up. E at point E, cost is up. Is good for a company, bad for a company? Of course. Whenever cost is high, it's not good for the company. You understand? Now when it comes to we see when company is producing OQ amount of output, what happens? The cost falls down. See, the LSC is coming from E to E1, right? Now the company producing OQ0 amount of output on, if you can see on x-axis, cost further falls down from E1 to E0. And when the company producing more than OQ0, or yeah, so okay, that's OQ2, again cost starts rising. If I ask one question, the whole LSC, this whole line, what do you think is the best cost? How much, what should be the optimum output for the seller, for the producer? How much he shall produce? Shall he go for Q, Q1, QO, or Q2? Could you please write me if you don't mind? What shall be the output of the firm? How much the firm shall produce? Q2? Okay, why do you think so, Q2? I mean, as I told you, when the company cost goes up, is it good for the company, bad for the company? You see now, if you, as I told you, like when, let's say you are a company, you're a producer, what is the best point here? Being a producer, when your cost is lowest, that's the best point for you, correct? So if you see in this diagram, what is happening? When output is OQ, as you said, Okay, OQ is bad. Okay, you say Q. Okay, let's say like the OQ. In OQ, the cost is very high. The output is very less. What is output? Output is just OQ, small. This area, but the cost is still here. This is the whole cost. Cost is too big. So we'd like to produce output in which the cost is very high and output is very low. Would you like to? I don't think so. Then go for Q1. We go for Q1. Of course, the Q1 is still better than OQ because the production is increasing. At least now the production is this much. Still Q1, but still cost is high. Cost is high. Why cost is high? But because if you compare, now see the OQ0. Now OQ0, the output is still here from OQ0 and cost is this much only. If it's a cost of this and Q2, the least cost is which one? E0, Q0, that is in center, and output is highest. If you go for so, but we say this is not the highest IQ. Highest IQ is OQ. The highest output is OQ2. But when you go for highest IQ OQ2, your cost of production per unit also goes up. You understand me? So, being a producer, being a rational producer, any producer wants to keep their cost as low as possible. So, the best output is OQ0 and cost is E0, Q0. You understand? Did you get it, or do you want to say something on it? Okay. Last question of the chapter. The modern cost curve are L-shaped. Now see what is happening. If you see it very carefully, this sorry. Tell me this is A, this is diagram B. This is a cost curve. Tell me when it comes to a cost, this is, let's say it LSE. They're all to LSE. The diagram A and diagram B. What do you think in which diagram this being a producer, which cost is better for you? A or B? A is better or B is better? B is better. Okay. Why you say so? What's the problem in A? See, if you see the A one, cost starts from top, come down, 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 and then again it starts rising. So it's here the company has more output but high cost. So if you see the diagram A, where the cost is up, coming down, 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 but after coming down, it starts rising again in long run. So it's a LSC, long run. You understand? So it's not good. I mean, of course, the business person want to be at the lowest cost at this point, but that's not in his hand because of market demand and supply, or we call it market forces. It keeps changing. The cost curve goes up. But if you see it, diagram B, if you see diagram B, then see the LAC. What is happening? This is your cost coming down, 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 and remains same, LAC. It means the first diagram, the cost comes down. That's nice. Reaching to minimum. That's nice. Again, it starts rising. That's a problem. But here, what happened in LAC? Cost comes down, comes down, comes down, come to this is the least cost. See, very low, and then starts least cost only. Cost is least, less, very less for long time. You see the flat. It's not increasing only. So of course, that's a one. So what happens in today? What the question? Modern cost curves are L-shaped. This is correct. Reason is because modern time, there's only one way you can keep a cost low today is you can keep a cost low in modern day because of modern technology. Because technology produces the goods very faster. The production is very fast. The cost comes down. So you can say the reason why modern cost curve are L-shaped, because let me write and then I'll write and you can copy it. One of the most fundamental reason for why modern cost curve are L-shaped. Cost. Output. LSC. Now let me tell you the reasons. I'll write it and you can copy this one. As I told you, the reason for why LSE has a L shape is technological progress along with sustainable production practice enable the firm to maintain the cost of production at a minimum level in the long run because of technological advancement. This makes LSE curve first to fall as falling and then remain flat, which makes it L-shaped. Please copy this and write me back. This was the last question of this cost, and then we shall go into the another one, the next chapter, which is called market, types of market. We finish? You tell me, have you finished this? Writing is done? Okay. Next chapter comes the price. It's called 4, chapter number 4. I mean, unit number 4. Price determination in different market. Now, first of all, question comes, what is market? So, market is a place where buyers and sellers comes together for exchanging goods and services against money, right? So, market is a place where buyers, sellers come together for exchanging goods and services against money. So where the buyers and sellers coming together is a place where the buyers come, the sellers comes, and they buy goods and services. And of course, there has to be involvement of money. Without that, there's no market. I mean, there's no buying and selling in technical term in economics. Now, there are some area, there are some basis on which market has been classified. So we'll see. It's first is on the basis of area. Okay. In area, we have 4 types. You can say, first of all, local market, then a regional market, then national market, then international market. Local, regional, national, and international, 4 types. Now, if you see the kinds of goods we get in national, local, regional, national, international, these are of course different. So local is what you get, like some example of milk, vegetables, etc. Right? Regional market, what you get, like shirt, trousers. National market, what you get, industrial products, machines, right? TV, fridge, refrigerator, product. And in a national market, you get what? Anything. Example, gold, silver, etc. Understand? So first of all, what is market? Market is a place where buyers and sellers come together for exchanging goods and services against money. And then it's like on the base, then market has been classified on some various bases. The first is what? Area. In area wise, there are 4 types. Local market. Normally we sell here perishable goods like butter, milk, vegetables. Regional markets like durables, semi-durable goods like shirts, shoes, perfumes, all these things. National market, you get all industrial products like machines and electronic products. And international market, you can get all the precious commodities like gold, silver, platinum, diamonds, and other stuff. This was the first classification on the basis of area. Then it comes, there's a second point. There's a, the Professor Marshall. He divided market on the basis of time element. On time. Very short, short, long, and very long. So to say very short. Now we have done the elasticity in very short market. In very short time. Can you supply can be increased or supply cannot be increased? Supply cannot be increased. Very short. It's like you went in the market to buy certain stuff. It's in a vegetable. The vegetable vendor has a 20 kg of, let's say, potato. And you wanted 30 kg, 30. You're forcing him to give the potato right now, 40 kg. He has only 30, you need 40, example. Or let's say he has 20, you need 30. So he has 20 and you need 30 kg. You are not giving it time because he has total stock of 30 kg. How can you 20 kg? How can he supply you 30 kg? And you're not giving time also. It's, you're not saying that, okay, give me in the evening, give me tomorrow, give me after a week. No, immediately. So of course, he cannot increase the supply. He needs some time to go and procure from somebody and then give it to you. In a very short period, elasticity of supply is what? 0. Supply cannot be increased. You understand? Next is short period. Supply can be increased. Supply can be increased, but not a lot. So you can say ES is less than 1. Long period market. Long period supply can be changed. Supply can be changed. And last one, very long period. By the way, this very long period market also known as secular market. And supply of anything can be, because very long period everything can be changed. So first, very short, like this can be any market, in any kind of market. If you keep the time very less, like example, you are a shop owner and you have right now, you have a 50 packets of bread, 50 packets of bread in your store, and you get a customer who asks you to give you, 100 packets of biscuit, sorry, bread. How many you have right now? You have 50. He's asking for how many? 100. Now tell me, you have only 50. How can you give 100? So you say, okay, do one thing. Right now I have 50. Give me time till evening, at least few hours. I'll go and get it from the factory, or maybe for the wholesaler. You give me a time of 2 hours, or maybe in the evening you come, or maybe come tomorrow, whatever, depends. But he's saying, no, I cannot wait even for 1 minute. I want right now. How much? 100. But how much you have? How many you have? You have only 50. Now tell me, will you able to supply? Because you're not giving him time at all. So if time is not given, no time, yeah, supply cannot be increased. 50, he can take any time because you have 50 right now in your store. But how can you give him 100? You can give him 100 only if he gives you some time. That's the reason, very short period market, the elasticity of supply cannot be changed. So ES, elasticity of supply is what? 0. Perfectly inelastic supply. You understand? Short period, as I told, supply can be increased, not very, but little. So less than 1. Long period, yes, supply can be changed. And in very long period market, any supply can be. I mean, if he gives you 1 year time or 6 month time, then of course you can supply as many as you want. So, and very long period market, also known as secular market, as I told you before. Understand? So first market is a place where buyers and sellers comes together for buying and selling goods and services against money. Second is a area, local market, regional market, national market. In national market, local market, you get all the perishable items like daily items use, vegetable, milk, sugar, all this. Regional market, you get products like little durable products like shoes, specs, watches, shirts, jeans, all this. Next is national market, where you get industrial products like machines, washing machine, refrigerator, motorbike, cars, all this. And international market, all kinds of precious things. Everything will get there, like gold, silver, metals, precious metals, most sophisticated machines, everything. Then comes to Professor Marshall. Marshall has classified market on the basis of time. As I told you, very short period market where the supply cannot be increased because time is not given. Then short period, here supply can be increased little compared to very short. Long period market, supply can be increased because you have given a year, 2 years, 3 years, like that. In very long period, everything can be changed. Hope you understood this two types, right? And very short period, very long period market, also known as secular market. Next is nature of transactions, called spot market, and future market. Spot means where you buying and excelling activities. I mean, you buy, somebody buy, you sell, and transactions happen settled at the same time. What is settling with transactions? Somebody want to buy product. He bought the products and he pays you as well. It's called settlement. You gave him goods, He pays you money and finish. This is spot market. Future market. Future market means you are doing transaction in future, but the terms and condition you have decided before the transaction. You understand? So the future market, the transactions happens, settlement or transactions happens in the future, but at what terms and condition? The terms and condition has already been decided in past, and with the same terms and condition, we are doing transaction settlement. The settlement is buying and selling. You giving him goods, he gives you money, and so this is future market. It depends on nature of transaction. Spot and future. Understood? Spot means on the spot. Future means this is the third. This is the fourth one. It's called regulations. On the basis of regulations. Regulations, there are two types. Example, it can be in any market, but example of share market. Example, take it. So you have some stock of shares, stock you have, and I'm interested buying that stock from you, but I don't want to buy it right now. I'll buy for sure, but not right now. So I can give you offer. What's the offer? That let's say you have a 10,000 shares, and price of one share, let's say 100 rupees. So I decided, hey, I want to buy your whole 10,000 shares. But you have 10,000 shares, I want to buy all shares, but not right now. I'll buy in future. But in the future, if you wait till future, the price of the product may go up, of the share may go up. Maybe you want to buy after let's say a 6 month or after a year. And you know that if you don't buy right now, there are two possibilities. First, one possibility that this man will sell the share to somebody else, which you don't want. You want to buy the share, first thing. Second thing is like the price of the share will go up, and then if you buy in future, you have to pay more money. You understand? So what you did, you gave him offer that let's do one deal here right now, in today. Of course, it's legal paper. That in future, after 6 months, whatever time mentions there, you mention the time in that contract. That after 6 months, you will be transferring the share to me at this particular rate, the rate which you are agreeing now. So let's say this man, the seller says that okay, I can transfer you this. I'll sell this share to you in future at the rate of let's say 120. How much? 120. And you know it, like if you wait and offer him after 6 months that I want to buy, probably the share price may go to 150, 160. But today, if you're making contract, that guy is ready to give you the share price, the stock price of that share price is today is 100, but he's asking 120. But you know that, like if you wait till after 6 months, if you go to him, probably the market price will go to 160, 170, and then he'll not give you at 120. So you made a contract today that after 6 months, 10,000 shares you'll be transferring to me at the rate of 120. Now, after 6 months, when the shares are getting transferred and you are paying him money, if the price of the share is 200, still he has to give at 120. You understand me? So he has to sell because he is legally obliged to do it. So what is happening in the future? In future, transaction is happening, but the terms and conditions have been decided in advance in past. Understood? This is future market. Write me if you understood. Okay. Regulations, regulated and unregulated. And unregulated. Just give me 2 minutes.
Morning star.
They discuss the future, buying and sell the present time. Yeah, they make a contract. They make a contract that they will buy, they will sell it. The transaction shall happen in the future. They discuss that the transactions, the giving and taking, buying and selling, shall happen in the future. But the rate at what it shall be, at what the rate at which it shall get bought and sold, that they discussed in present. So they discussed that at what rate, terms and condition you shall or we shall do this business in future. But the discussion is going where? Today. You understand? Okay. Next is regulated and unregulated. Regulated means the transactions, it means activities. The activities of the market is being regulated, means controlled. By whom? The government. Example, stock market. The authority like SEBI and RBI indirectly, they control the market. So regulated market, the market where buying and selling and all kinds of activities are being regulated, are being controlled by whom? The government. Regulated market. Unregulated market, you can say free market. There's no government control directly. The example of this, street vendors you see on the roads, right? Fruit sellers, vegetable sellers, small shop. What are they? They're regulated or unregulated? No, they are unregulated. There's no any formal law to regulate them, to control them. Understand? So this nature of transactions is spot and future. Regulation, regulated market, irregulated market. Next is volume of business. In volume of business, we have wholesale, market, and retail market. Right? Wholesale market, we buy in huge quantity, bulk quantity, very simple. And retail market, we buy in small quantity. Simple. And last one, competitions, on the basis of competitions. Perfect market. And second is imperfect. Understood? Now, the types of market we have discussed right now. Wholesale, retail, on the basis of time, transactions, regulations, volumes, competitions, on the basis of areas. All these markets we have discussed, we need to You need to understand this much only. But when it comes to competition, we have to discuss for 8 markets. Out of 8 market, 4 market we have to understand in detail with diagrams and everything. Whereas 4 types of market, you just have to understand the meaning of it. Okay, so we shall start with which market first? Perfect competition. So we'll do, I just write the name, the market, what you have to do is perfect market or perfect competition. Then we have monopoly. Then we have monopolistic. Then we have oligopoly. This 4 market, perfect, monopoly, monopolistic, and oligopoly, we have to do in detail with diagrams, I mean, but other types of market, we don't have to. It's just a meaning. Okay, so now let me tell you something. The concept of revenue, total. Then after this, I will discuss the market. You need to understand this first. Total revenue is what? Price to quantity sold. Right? Price into quantity sold. This is called TR. Right? TR is equal to P2. Then it's called MR. Change in TR by changing and then AR, average revenue. Average revenue is total revenue by Q. Same thing will work. You can write P into Q by Q, or AC. If you have AR, if you multiply AR with Q, average revenue into Q will get total revenue. You'd like to copy this? Okay, please copy and write it. Okay. This concept, the question says determination of equilibrium price. So first of all, how we decide the price of the commodity? It's not the buyer who decides what shall be the price. It's not the seller who decides the price of the commodity. So when you decide the price of the commodity, two factor works: the demand and supply. If supply is more than demand, no matter what price you're expecting, you means being a seller. If supply is more in the market, being a seller, you're going to get less price for the product. Maybe the price what you want below that, you may get below that price because supply is too much compared to demand. And sometimes it may happen if you want $50, but there's a big demand of the product in the market and supply is less, then people are ready to pay you more than 50. It's up to market force of demand and supply that what decide the price of the commodity. You understand? So we have a table and let's see how it works. This is price. This is demand. Supply. Analysis. You see, the price is one. You know the law of demand and law of supply. When price is more, demand less. When price is more, supply is more. When price is just one, demand is very high, supply is very less. Price increasing like this, demand decreasing and supply increasing. What happened here? See, the supply at when the price is 1, demand is too much, 50, supply is just 10. Price will go up. Excess. Price is excess. Same thing here. Demand is high again. I just write demand. Here, what is that? Excess supply, too much. Supply is more than demand. Here, supply is too much. Here what is happening? Price is equal to demand equal to supply. Means price is 3 where demand is 3 and supply is price demand. Okay, this is nothing but a point of equilibrium where demand and supply both are equal. If I put it in diagram, supply this is your P. See, this is at this point E, price is equal to demand equal to supply. Diagram. Are you drawing the diagram? Draw and let me know. We have few more. Okay, do it and write me back. Okay. Next diagram is, we have few diagrams, increase in demand. See, if so, let's say if demand equal to supply, then it's equilibrium. What is it? Increase the demand. It means demand has increased, but supply remains same as before. Understand me? This we have to show. So how we can go? Here we take price, quantity, demand. So demand is increasing, so supply is not increasing. Supply is same as before. This is original demand. Your price, this is your demand. Now saying demand shall increase, right? Increase in demand. So how demand increase in demand? Demand increase. Demand increase means, of course, the quantity demand will increase. Increase means the right hand side, and price of the product will also increase. This is called increase in demand. So this is supply, SS1. This is your D dash dash price. New price is P1, quantity P1. Demand has increased, price has increased. And that P1. This will increase demand. See, supply remains same and demand increase. Would like to what would supply? What's that question? In first diagram also I have, this is called determination of equilibrium price. So I have drawn both the supply and demand together to decide the price. Here the question saying increase in demand. Next question they say decrease in demand. So you have to go according to the questions. No, supply is not increasing. Supply is same. Supply line is SS1. There's the red color. There's a one line, but his question saying increase in demand. The question asking increase the demand, not price, not supply. Supply is constant SS1, but demand increase from DD1 to D dash dash. You see the arrow movement. You understand? Yeah, please copy this. Then next is saying increase in demand. This is decrease in demand. So you can just do one line here and demand will decrease. Let me take this one. You can make separate also. You can do in the same diagram. Now here demand is decreasing. Demand is decreasing. Decrease in demand. So this is the demand curve. D double dash going right side. This is decreased demand, and D2 triple dash coming down, so that's definitely decrease in demand. So same diagram, in same one, we can draw increase in demand and decrease in demand. Once you've done the diagram, let me know. Finish? Can I go for next one? Next is simultaneous increase and decrease in demand and supply. Let's say, so how it works, this is your supply. Now this right side means supply increase. They're asking demand and supply increasing. Increase in supply, then decrease in supply, Then go for original demand curve first. Then increase in demand. Then decrease in demand. Finish. So right. So one first and price. Yes. Just draw this last one. Here simultaneously, the same time demand is also increasing, supply is also increasing, demand is also decreasing, supply is also decreasing. And after that, we can go for the break and come and start with the markets in detail. The markets, 4 types of market we have discussed. Yes, right side, anything which comes right side is increasing, anything goes left side is decreasing. So that's how I mark the arrow line. If you go to the right side, means increasing, left arrow decreasing. So you can go for the break, and after that you can come and meet. We start with the market. Thank you.
Morning.
Can I start now? Well, so we'll start with the market. We need to learn 4 types of market in detail, as I told you. First is your perfect competition. First of all, I'll tell you the perfect competition market is not a real market, it's an imaginary market. Which so there are 4 types of market. First market is perfect. Whereas other market we're going to do is the other types of market we're going to do is imperfect market. Now, in perfect market, as I told you, like there nothing perfection exists, but still we have a perfect competition, which I told you is not a real market. This is imaginary market. And why does it exist? When there's no perfect, there's nothing like perfect, you know that, right? But still we have this market. It means in a perfect market, you know, the market means buyers and sellers. In a perfect market, we have imagined so this market has been imagined is perfect competition. And I told you, like, here the market means buyers and sellers. In perfect market, no exploitation is happening from buyer to seller and seller to buyers. So, and other things as well. The perfect market, like, everything is fantastic. There's no problem. Everything is going smoothly. As I told you, like, main core idea of this market is like perfect market is a place where no buyers are being exploited by the sellers and no sellers are being exploited by the buyers. This is not a reality, right? Or you can say if I put in the technical way, you can say the demand and supply in this market is equal, perfect, equal. So when demand and supply equals, everything is fantastic. Price is in control, and the mostly, when I say exploitation, is mostly the buyers may get exploited by the sellers for price, which possibility of that is not here. So here, the perfect market, in a sense, the perfect market, we have an imaginary market where the market is everything is fantastic. There's no problem about it. So other types of market, those who are imperfect, where buyers are getting exploited by the sellers, but in perfect combination, that's not a case. As I told you, this is imaginary market. So all these features, the features of the perfect combination market and the and the other market which is imperfect. The imperfect market try to go as close as possible to the perfect market, so that all the imperfect market where the exploitation happening more or less, if they try to adapt to get close to perfect competition, you know, by acquiring their features, the features, so the exploitation will happen less even in imperfect market. That's the reason why we have perfect competition. So perfect, first of all, we'll see some of the main features. Large number of buyers and sellers, large number of buyers and sellers, commodity are homogeneous. Homogeneous means same. If the commodity is homogeneous, then price has to be uniform. Same price, I mean. Uniform price. No market concentration. Means no market concentration means in a perfect competition market, the buyers, the sellers, it's not like the one seller is so big, the market is concentrated. Means it's not like the one seller is so big and other sellers are small. No, it's in perfect competition market. All the sellers, those who are in the market, have a similar capacity. Understand? So it's no market concentrations. Free entry and free exit. Anytime the sellers can come and can go. Perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge about the market. The buyers know everything about the sellers, and sellers also know about everything about the buyer. perfect mobility. Goods are mobile from any place to any place, right? There's no restrictions in mobility. The factors of production can easily mobile. I told you uniform price. No government interference, no government restrictions. Government is not controlling this market at all. No transportation cost. No selling cost. Transportation cost when no selling cost. Selling cost means advertisement cost. Last one. Industry is price maker and firm is price taker. You see here, like in perfect competition market, as we have seen, there's a lot many buyers and so many sellers, so many buyers and so many sellers, right? So one buyer, since there are so many sellers and so many buyers, one buyer cannot influence the price of the market, and one seller cannot influence the price of the market. No market concentration means it's not like this. Let's say there are 100 sellers in the market. So in 100 sellers, it's not like the one seller is so big or 5 sellers are so big and other sellers are small companies. I'm talking about all are big sellers only. You understand me? All have the same capacity. It's not like one seller is big and one seller is small. It's called no market concentration. Did you understand? It's not like one company is big one, so big that other companies just following them. It's not like that. It's like every company has some capacity, similar capacity. You understand? Niranjan. Okay. Copy this and write me back. No market concentration means there's one seller is not like the one is a big boss and other sellers are small sellers. All have the same capacity. And we call it industry is a price maker and firm is a price. Can you read our last point, sir? Industry is a price maker and firm is a price taker. Industry is a price maker and firm is a price taker. Means industry makes price and firm just accept that price. We're going to make a diagram on the basis of it. Okay. What is industry? Industry means the group of firm. Many company come together. Let's say individual company called a firm. A lot many individual company come together is called group of industries. It's called industries. Like example of Raymond, textile company, CRM, H&M. These all are the firm individually. When they all fabric making company coming together, we call it textile industry. Tata, Mahindra, Suzuki, Honda, Hyundai. These are firms, individual. But when they come together, we call it automobile industry. So here, individual firm has no capacity to decide the price, influence the price. So who decide the price then? The price is being decided by the industry. And the price which industry decides, everybody has to accept it. So we call it industry is a price maker and firm is a price taker. Now see here. So we'll make a diagram of last point. Industry is price maker and firm is a price taker. First you will make a table. First is price, quantity sold, TR, total revenue. AR, and this is your MR. So see, in perfect competition market, we have seen all the goods are homogeneous, correct? So price will be same. Quantity sold is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we have a price and a quantity, you can calculate the revenue, right? How much the price and how many you sold. 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Average revenue. Average in TR by Q. AR is what? I gave you the formula before. TR by Q. 6, 6, 6. Get me? Margin revenue I have given you. Change in TR by change in. So difference between 2 TR as we explained. 6. So for first you cannot calculate. 6. If you see this table very carefully, you see here the price, the average revenue, and margin revenue all are same. And so here the price is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. And I can say one more thing. The revenue of the company your revenue depends on your demand. So I can say in perfect competition market, your price is equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue equal to demand. All are same in a perfect competition. Would you like to copy this table? Because after this, we're going to go for diagram. Elevator, scroll up. Now we'll make a diagram. So you can say this is your industry, price maker, this is firm, price taker. Who decides price? I told you, forces of demand and supply. Not a consumer, not a producer. So this is the price which have been decided by the market. This is your demand, this is your supply, point of equilibrium, this is the price, this is your quantity. Or same thing, output. price. This is output. So what is happening here? The industry has decided a price, and price is being decided by how? Interaction of demand and supply. So the price is OP, and same price OP has been accepted by the firm. See, I just drawn one line from OP saying, so OP is a price maker, a price taker. Taker may just accept. You take the price. You don't decide the price of the product in the market. So now, at the same price, this price OP, there will be infinite demand. Whatever demand that happens at the same price. OP. So you can say OQ demand at the same price, OQ1 demand, same price, OQ2 demand, same price, and likewise. So here we can say, yeah, and here this is a demand line, okay? So because same price. So here the P is equal to, and you know that in perfect competition market, price is equal to AR equal to MR and is equal to demand. Understand? Would you like to copy this? Shall I wait or scroll up? Okay. You can copy this diagram. QR, I could not see that. P is equal to, okay. P is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to demand. Okay, this is done. The new question comes, that is conditions for equilibrium of a form. There are two conditions. One is called necessary condition. where your MR is equal to MC. Marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. This is first condition. Second condition is necessary condition. Next there is called sufficient condition. This is called the first condition also. First. Then is sufficient condition. Where MC or MR equal to MC and MC cuts MR from below, because it's second condition. Okay. We are talking about perfect competition. I did tell you in a perfect competition the demand curve is parallel to x-axis, and P is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to demand. So this diagram goes like this. Price. Cost and revenue. And this is your output. This is your MC. This is your, the P equal to AR equal to MR. This is Q. This is Q1. This is your P. At this point, you can name it E1, where you can do change little. E2. This is E1, this is E2. Okay. Here, this is your MR, this is your MC. See, first condition is what? MR should be equal to MC. So see, at this point E1, your MR is equal to MC, correct? Now at E2, MR is equal to MC is happening, and MC cuts MR from below. See, the MC is cutting MR from below here. You can say this area is MR equal to MC, and MC cuts MR. This is sufficient condition. This is necessary condition. You understand? Would you like to copy this? I wait. Please write me. See, let us scroll up into this. Necessary condition is what? If you have written that, this is a PC market. PC market why? Because PC market price equal to average revenue is equal to marginal revenue. Now, the first condition is what? Now, first condition what? MR should be equal to MR. This is MR. This is my MC cost. Now, MR should be equal to MC, the first order condition. This is MC. MC cuts here, right? At this point, MR and MC both become equal at point E1. So MR is equal to MC, correct? First is done. First order condition. Second order condition say that MR should be equal to MC. MR should be equal to MC, and MC cuts MR from below. So see here, at this point, MC and MR again equal. At E2, MR is equal to MC. And see, this is MC cuts MR from below. See, this is MC. And cutting, this is MR line is straight line, cutting below. MR should cut MC from below. This means second order. Finish. EQ1. You got it? Now you can copy it from here. Ranjan, any doubt? Ask me. I'll explain one more time. Okay, okay. Okay. Now we have the first market we are talking about, perfect competition. Now we have two things. One is called short run. Second is long run. So in short run, if you're at PC market perfect competition. You have three possibility. In a short run, perfect competition market can make loss, can make normal profit, and can make super normal profit. What is this? Loss means when your total cost is more than total revenue. Means income is less and cost is more. Normal profit is when your total cost and total revenues are equal. It's called normal profit. Super normal profit is when your total revenue is more than total cost. Same. In long run, so in short run, in PC market has three possibility. You can either make loss, or you can make super, or you can make a normal profit, or you can make super normal profit. All three is possible. But if you're in PC market, PC means perfect competition. The market we are doing, the features, everything we have writing since morning. So, but in long run, and if you are in PC market, you can only have which profit? Normal profit. You cannot make super normal profit or loss also. You can only have normal profit. It means in long run, PC market has only normal profit, which means your total revenue is equal to total cost, like this. Like this. PC market means perfect competition. Perfect competition, I explained you everything. Where the demand and supply is equal, there are lot many large numbers of buyers and sellers, no entry barriers, no transportation cost, anybody can come, anybody can go anytime, perfect knowledge, homogeneous products, prices are same, no government restrictions, industry is a price maker and firm is a price taker, same thing here. So as I told you, in PC market, in a short run, you can have all three possibilities. You can make a loss, you can make a normal profit, and you can make a super normal profit. But it comes to long run in PC market, monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic is after this market. This is first market. Perfect competition is the first market. After this, it will be called monopoly, then it will be oligopoly, then yes. So yes, in short run, the monopoly, as I told you, perfect competition has all three possibility, can either make loss, can make normal profit, or super normal profit. But when it comes to long run, you can only make a normal profit in perfect competition market. So now we have a time to make a diagram for loss, for normal profit, and for super normal profit. And as I told you, like if you're making all these three diagram for all three, normal, super normal profit, and loss, it means we are talking about short run, because loss and super normal profit is only possible in short run. Long run only normal profits. So let's go and start with diagram. First is let's go with normal profit. Normal profit. Normal profit means, you know, that your total revenue is equal to total cost. Okay. Total revenue and total cost. This is your output. As you know that we are talking about PC market. The demand curve in the PC market is straight line, where PRP is equal to AR is equal to MR. This is MC. We always draw MC first because MC and MR both has to be equal for equilibrium. MC cost. So MC and MR is equilibrium. Last diagram also we have seen, you know, necessary condition and sufficient condition. So MC9 is for equilibrium. Now we are calculating normal profits. So normal profits is this is short run average cost. This is your point of equilibrium, correct? Now let's find out that we have made profit or have made loss, we have made normal profit or what. So total revenue, what's the formula? Because to get normal profit we need to know what is total revenue and then total cost. So total revenue is P to Q. What is the price? Price is OP, quantity is OQ. If you multiply, go for anti-clockwise. Sorry, OQEP. OQE. This is your total revenue. Now go for total cost. I told you AC, average cost into quantity. See the average cost line, you see the yellow line. If you come here at E, so corresponding to EQ, this line we take as a, because we're talking about cost, so cost we are taking at y-axis. So EQ equivalent line is PO or OP. So AC is also OP. OP into Q. If you multiply it, you get the same. O, Q, E and P. This is your cost. If you see, Cost and revenue both are same. OP, TR, OP, EQ, cost. So here your TR, OQ, is equal to TC, OQ. It means you made a normal profit. Please copy this. Once copying, let me know. Okay. So this is your normal profit. Now make it go for, let's say, supernormal profit, or also called abnormal profit. Abnormal profit or supernormal profit. We also show it by like this, pi. We get when your total revenue is more than total cost. That will be our supernormal profit. So let's go. MC. This is your SMC as short run. So SAC short run average cost or the marginal cost. Here's a quantity. It's a P. You can say P1. This is your E. This is your sample M. Okay. Now let's find out what is the status profit super profit. Okay. So let's calculate TR first. TR is price to quantity. What's the price? See, revenue, we're calculating revenue. So you have price. So you have to see the revenue line, ARMR. So price of revenue line is OP. Price is OP. Quantity is OQ. If you multiply it, you get anti-clockwise the output. O Q E P, your TR. Now TC. TC is AC into Q. Now you see AC line. AC line is touching at M. Corresponding to MQ is OP1. So OP1 into quantity same OQ. Now multiply OQME1. This is your TC. If you see, your revenue is still E and cost is still M. It means your total revenue is more than total cost by how much? By the shaded area P1M, and this is your supernormal profit. Yes, SMC means no. SMC means short run marginal cost, not super marginal cost. Because short run marginal cost. You understand? Please copy this. This is for your abnormal profit or supernormal profit or excess profit. Total revenue. TR is for total revenue. Total revenue means income. There is nothing like OQ minus P. That is OQEP. pi. See, so y-axis, x-axis, this is demand line. P is equal to AR is equal to MR. Correct? This is P. This is your SMC, marginal cost. This is point of equilibrium, right? Now we are talking about supernormal profit. So revenue should be up, means income should be up and cost should be low. So I took one line, this is a cost line. This is called SAC or average cost. So see, this is P1, this is your, make it M. See, the cost is still here, and revenue is still here, right? Revenue line is, sorry, revenue. This is revenue line, this still here, and cost line is still here. The cost is down, revenue is up. This is the area, that is P1, M, E, and P. This shaded area is nothing but supernormal profit, because till M is cost, see average cost line, and till E is a revenue line, see the straight line revenue. So revenue is up and cost is down, income is up, cost is down. So this area, shaded area, is nothing but your supernormal profit, which you also show by pi. Got it? This was only, could you understand? Okay, we could do normal profit, we could do supernormal profit. Now go for loss. Loss, we also known as also known as subnormal profit. Or now losses, your TC is more than TR. Or same thing, TR is less than TC. Copy this. Diagram as well. Okay. So by this we could finish the first one, that is called your PC market, perfect competition. Now next types of market is monopoly market. Mono means single, poly means seller. The market where there is a single seller of that particular product is your monopoly. Single seller, mono means single, poly means seller. Now there are different ways, and you should know that when there is a single seller of the product in the entire market, then he will intentionally create a demand supply gap. He'll purposely supply less in the market than the demand in the market to create artificially scarcity. There's 100 demands, he purposely supplies 60, 40, 70, something like that, so that there is always more demand and supply less. And if that's the situation, you know that we have done the price, fixing the price. Anytime when the demand is more than supply, the price will be high, and that's how he makes lots of profits. Who? Monopolist. So there are different ways how one can create monopoly. We'll discuss some.
Actually need personal WhatsApp audio.
First is like example, patent right. Have you heard about patent right? Patent right is something where you get on industrial designs. When you design something, take example of cars or any machines or motorbike. So when you made one motorbike or maybe car, the design is so unique because of course when you design some car, must have taken some time and some price. Cost, I mean, sorry. So when you designed it, or engineer designed it, when it came into the market, people liked it. So of course you will expect that sales of that particular design of car will go up. Not only design everything, but yeah. But nobody else can copy that car design. If anybody allowed to copy the car design, then what's the use of your spending money and time for years and for months? So if you have invested time and you have invested money to design that particular car, only you have right to sell at the price you want. Nobody can copy that design. So, and if anybody wants to copy it, they have to ask you permission. And in case you are willing to give him permission, that the other company can also use the same design to make same design. So most of the time, of course, you will ask money compensation. So you are making money, means, and purpose of the monopoly is what? To make money. So like this. So if anybody has a patent right of particular design, he has a monopoly, because nobody can copy that. Legally you are protected and you can sell at the price you want. So that's the one way to create a monopoly. Then there is a trademark, you know, Nike, Adidas, Louis Vuitton, Coca-Cola. Every company has their, big company has their own trademark. You cannot use that trademark. That trademark is protected legally. If anybody uses the trademark without permission of the company can sue them. Sue means can take a legal action against that person or that company. It's like if the Nike, you know, Nike, that trademark, like that design, you must know it. So if anybody wants to copy this, they have to take a permission from Nike. It means Nike has a monopoly. At any price they want to sell, they can sell it. So trademark also give you liberty to create a monopoly. License, some areas, some industries where you need to have a license, like tobacco, chemicals, hazardous, weapons and all kind of things. So here, this kind of industry, explosive, this kind of industry, you need to take a license. Liquor. The person who has a license, it's not like anybody can take a license, start producing it. So if there are a lot many sellers are selling the same product, then of course you won't have monopoly. To have a monopoly, you need to be single seller in that market. Not very big, at least in big area, you should be single seller. Then only you can have a monopoly. So if somebody, that product can be that product only can be manufactured or used only by those who have that license. The person who has license or who have that license, they can create a monopoly. I'm going to say that there are different ways. These are few, like patent, I said. Trademark, I said license. There's a copyright as well. When you write something, maybe some stories, some formulas, some songs, nobody can copy that. It's like you are writing a novel, you wrote some content and somebody stole it and he published instead of you. Of course, this abuse of this cannot be done. So when you copy something, when you write something which is coming from intellectual property, you can copyright it, and copyright means that content, the content what you have written, nobody can copy without your permission. So you have a monopoly. Recently there's a in state of Bihar, in a Patna, capital city, the guy wrote one book, and the price of the book was how much? 15 crores. You can check it recently, 2-3 days back. 15 crores. Because he assumes, or he thinks like the content which is given in the textbook never ever was available in this planet. And the copy, there are only 5 copies total he published, not more than that. So he charged one book is 15 crores. So it's like, if you have a copyright. So all these are the ways you can create a monopoly. Now, as I told you while explaining the perfect competition market, we have seen in perfect competition market, you are a price taker. You're not a price maker. You cannot decide your price. The market decides the price, because you are not only a single seller of the product. There are so many sellers who sell same product, like we call it homogeneous product. So here the price is being decided by whom? The industry, not by the individual seller. But here in monopoly, you are a single seller. It's not like industry. So you are industry also, you are firm also. Means whatever I can call you. I can call you industry, I can call you firm, because there's a single seller of the products. Here you have all the rights to decide the price of your commodity. So here in monopoly market, you are not a price taker. Taker means it's not like you just accept the price which market has fixed or markets have decided. It's you decides your own price. So here you are not a price taker, you are a price maker. You understand me? Now one thing important I want to tell you, the demand curve in the PC market is parallel to x-axis, where P is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to demand. But here little difference. What's the difference in monopoly market? Monopoly market difference is, monopolist, of course, there are only one seller of the product in the big market. Since it's a single seller, supply is intentionally low, demand is high, so the price is high. So if the price of your product is very high, then of course your sales will be low, because expensive things people don't buy huge quantity, right? People buy in less quantity. It's very simple, correct? So if, since your price of the product is very high, because demand is more and supply is less, so since it's very expensive, people don't buy in huge quantity. Of course, they will buy in small quantity. And in that case, but you want to increase the volume of your sale. You could sell every day 50 pieces, but now want to increase 60, 70, 80, 100 like that. You want to increase the supply. You want the people should buy more. But how can people would buy more if you have a very high price for the commodity? So if you want to increase the sales of the product, sales of the product in monopoly market, you have only one way, that you have to decrease the price of the commodity. You understand? You have to decrease the price of the commodity. So when you decrease the price of the commodity, of course your sales will increase. Understand? Your sales will increase, but at the same time, when you have decreased the price, then your profit margin will fall down, correct? So when your sales is increasing, but at the same time, your profit margin is decreasing per unit. You are not making loss. But previously, let's say you used to make $10 per unit, now you're making $8, $9. If it decreases more to increase the sales, you may make $8 likewise. So in monopoly market, demand curves, that is AR and MR curve, falls down. Why? Because if you want to sell more, you have to decrease the price. As I told you, in the PC market, the demand curve is parallel to x-axis, where price equal to AR is equal to MR. In case of monopoly market, your average revenue and margin revenue line, which was straight in PC market, is downward sloping, coming down. Now, you understand? Now what happens if you see the average revenue, margin revenue table we have drawn yesterday, lots of we have done the cost lines, average revenue, AFC, ATC and all. If you see the table, then you see the average revenue the column and margin revenue columns. If you see, if average revenue falling, margin revenue also falls. Average revenue increasing, margin revenue also increases. Most of the time, there are some exceptions. If average revenue falling, margin revenue also falls. But you see that the rate at which average revenue falls is slower, margin revenue falls at faster rate fall. And if increase, then also the average revenue increase at slower rate and margin revenue increase at faster rate. So whatever happening, either whether it's falling, margin revenue falling, or average revenue falling, or both are rising, MR will faster. If it fall, MR fall faster. If it's rise, MR rise faster. Understand? So this is whole. Now in same thing, I want to tell you something here in monopoly market. When it comes to three situation again. In a PC market, we have three situation in short run. What was that? Can make supernormal profit in short run, can make loss in a short run, normal profit in the short run. But in the long run, in PC market, only you can have a normal profit. But that's the difference in monopoly. In monopoly market, long run, you can only have super normal profit. But in short run, in monopoly, you can have all three profits: supernormal, loss, and normal profits. Understand? So now let's go and draw the diagrams. Let's go for first. So monopoly. Super normal, right? It means your total revenue is more than Yes, S&P में supernormal profit. Copy this. Let me know once you finish. Finished? then it's called loss. Copy this. Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow. This 2 chapter is done. Tomorrow we'll go for the monopolistic competition, oligopoly market, and other chapters. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.